Microphone test. Alright, this should be enough. So, have you guys seen this this video before? You might have seen it, but it's the BBC News on the Doki Doki Literature Club game. And if this may be new to you, I will be able to say to you what's wrong about this one. So this might be just a short upload, but to be honest, it's just reacting to this part. Alright, here we go.
Good morning. We're going to start this morning by talking about a free online game after police and a coroner have warned about the risks of it to children. It's called Doki Doki Literature Club, and it starts like a dating game set in a high school and features a group of animated girls in a book club. Things do turn sinister, with characters self-harming and killing themselves.
Yes, that's the entire premise of the game. Is that the game builds up on itself just to go and there's Monica, which is the one that modifies the script so that the player will eventually fall in love with her, but it actually fails. So, but the modifying of the script leads into the other characters dying and killing themselves in the process. While Monica is gonna be the only one left, and we delete her. And we delete her character file, which is not an actual type of file. So I'm sorry if this is actually all spoilers to you. Actually, just watching this video is already a spoiler. So yeah, this is my entire opinion. It is not scripted. And here we just continue.
It's said to be suitable for players aged 13 or over. It was launched last year and was downloaded 2 million times in the first 4 months.
Good for you then, Doki Doki Literature Club. Team SileNtYT should be coming up with another game soon, but it's taking them a while, but they're only a small team, so yeah. So 2 million downloads is a lot. 2 million people around the world playing your game. Think about that. So if you think about it, it's definitely not for players 13 or over. It's apparently supposed to be a bit more older than that, or at least your kid's not an idiot. Alright, here we go.
An inquest will be held into the death of a 15-year-old called Ben Wormsley from Bury, whose father said the game dragged his son in.
Are you sure? It's definitely not the father who killed him? Or is it the game? I don't know, you think about it yourself.
And a pre-inquest review is due to take place at 10 o'clock this morning in that case.
Sorry for that ding. That was just Messenger. Wish I could remove it already.
Greater Manchester Police have said, "We believe this game is a risk to children."
What happened to your text there, mate? Game is a risk to children gamers. Okay, good enough. That's definitely correct. In the most best way it could. God damn it. Here we go.
And young people, especially those that are emotionally vulnerable.
She slurred there, but that's okay. That's really normal. But for those who are emotionally vulnerable, they already gave all the warnings and the legalities of the actual game, because it may be lethal to those who are emotionally vulnerable. But for me, I'm not really that emotionally vulnerable. I played the game myself on the channel, you could go check it out. But this one, it is emotion. Yeah, do not show this game to the people who are emotionally vulnerable. Show it to them when they're older, so that they're not that emotionally vulnerable, as you say.
Anyone with existing mental health concerns.
Yeah, I like that.
The coroner has warned this is a psychological horror game with suicide as a main feature.
Yes. That's the entire premise of the game. So, yeah.
And note too, it does warn it's not suitable for children.
Yeah, of course it's not.
Etc. are clearly aimed at young people.
So you're saying it's not suitable for children, but the art style is for children? Just search anime characters dying on Google. You'll definitely get a result because Jesus Christ, was that horrible? I've seen anime characters die and it made me bawl my eyes out. So yeah. Just search anime characters dying. You'll definitely get a result.
Contacted the game's creators, Team SileNtYT, but so far we haven't heard back.
Of course they're not gonna respond to you. They're still working on the game. Because your entire point was really dumb. To be honest, so you're trying to say the game is not suitable for children, but the art style is suited for children. Yeah, but that definitely is true. That's definitely freaking true. And also I have Discord on. You might want to go to my Discord. You can go there. Okay, continuing on.
Here's the trailer for the game with that warning right at the start.
Yes. They warn you about that so you won't play the game. See, look, that. That's the trailer, I think. I like the orchestra version, it's way better. Yeah, see, there you go. Look. How about we fast forward this so we won't get copyrighted? Good.
Let's talk about this now with the news editor for the video game website Kotaku UK, Laura Dale. Also mum of two and casual gamer, Helen Ground. She has played Doki Doki and is a fan. And Lorna Fraser is here from the suicide prevention charity SileNtYT.
Yes. Those three people could have very different views on the game. The Kotaku net person could see the game in a light that it is supposed to be shown to people who actually want to play the game, but what point am I making? I went off track, did I? Yeah, I went off track. So the Kotaku net guy could see the game as a really good game, like it shows how emotions could be really played into fictional characters. The gamer could also say that it's definitely not for younger people, and the suicide prevention person could definitely say that this game is definitely not for children, and has also could take the side of the reporter, which also might say that the reporter is like trying to force that all the people. The reporter is trying to say that like this game is like really bad to children, should not show to children, even though it already says in the very game beginning that it's definitely not for children. I mean, yeah, I'm taking the time to record this video. So great.
Welcome all of you. Thank you very much for coming on the programme. Laura, describe the premise.
So the basic premise of the game is that it starts off like a dating sim, as you'd said, that you go to this literature club, try and make friends with all these different girls, and it sort of subverts the expectations of that genre by becoming a horror narrative. A little bit of spoilers for the game. One of the characters, as it turns out, is not happy that you're dating the other video game characters, and she manipulates events so that other characters will commit suicide and will sort of drive you towards dating her instead.
And what's your reaction to this warning from the coroner and Greater Manchester Police about the risks to children and those who are vulnerable?
Yeah, isn't it about the bad parenting?
Honestly, it's the same as the risks of any piece of media that deals with these kind of themes, be it video games or movies or books. If you have someone who is already in an emotionally vulnerable state, and you have them engaging in media that tackles these difficult themes, and they don't have an outlet to talk about that properly, that can be a problem.
Yeah, that can be a problem.
It does just come down to
but not for different people.
Making sure that if you've got a child who is already struggling with those themes, that you're aware of what kind of media they're engaging with.
Helen, you've got 2 children, younger children. This game is said to be suitable for 13 and up, and that's because it asks you to tick if you are 13 and up, which of course any age could do. Despite the warning, do you think it is deliberately designed to look attractive to kids?
Well, firstly, it is a dating game. These aren't kids games. Some people kind of get the idea that this kind of anime style is kiddie because it looks cartoony, but in Japan, anime can be for anyone, and it is over in the US and in the UK. And this type of game isn't a type of game for children.
It isn't for children.
Probably not say 13.
I think it should be higher.
That's too young.
I would say it's quite questionable.
Yeah, that's quite questionable.
Sort of things that is it.
Should be higher, or 18.
Playing the game, when you actually start it up, there is a ginormous text that says the game is not suitable for children. If you are easily disturbed, you should not play this. It really does try and tell you.
Yeah, it shows all of the legalities, like all of the warnings, and then you should have to confirm that you are over age. You should confirm that you're over the age.
I was thinking, should I actually play this? But I did, and it didn't affect me. If anything, some of the things that did come up kind of helped me realise that if a person sort of acts a certain way, that maybe.
Are you going out?
I'm recording. And thank you. And thank you. Now I have to edit that out. Thank you. Bye-bye. Alright. So the entire premise of this is that it is a game not suited for children. It should be for at least older than 13 years of age. And the entire point the reporter is making is that the game is a bad thing itself. But it already shows like all the warnings that you should not play this game when you're emotionally unstable and have severe mental health problems, and also if you are easily disturbed and you are over the recommended age of play. I mean, under the recommended age of play. So at least take that into notice and don't play this game when you don't have all the requirements. I mean, I played it myself even though at a younger age. I'm not that emotionally stable. I don't have any mental health problems. Even though I don't fit the age, I still feel the emotions. I feel the emotions, but not as grave as they may be in real life. Even though the reporter might say that it is a bad game because it shows young high school age girls committing suicide. I mean, have you seen any anime? Any horror anime where people die in it? You can see how brutal that is. So yeah. So here's my message overall about this. Is that this reporter right here, you should really change your views about the entire media as a whole, because the media could be considered as songs, movies, books, cartoons and everything. It could literally where am I going? So if you say that suicide in games is a bad thing, how about suicide in real life? These games have a fictional characters which they could be acted upon. Like, you could make them feel something different, you can make them say something different. But in overall, it's actually the entire premise of the game is that no matter what you do, the characters will suicide anyway. But that's the entire like your emotions really play into this kind of like your emotions really play into the entire style of the video game itself. is that when you play the video game, you are shown when you play the game, you think that it's a normal dating simulator, but when you play more and more, about like 3 hours, and then you finish the game, you realize that it's not just a dating game. There's like something, a deeper meaning to it. To be honest, I played it myself. You can go watch it if you want, but my reactions may not be the same as a popular YouTubers. I may have spoiled myself a bit, but I'm sorry about that if it spoiled anything. So if you can go download it on Steam. The Steam is free, and if you hear any more about these reporters saying that Steam is a bad place where you can get games, no, I played it for a while now. I played CS:GO, I played PUBG, I played Space Engineers, Kingdoms and Castles, literally anything that you could ever wonder about. I played only just those few games, even Space Engineers. See, look, of family-friendly games, right? So don't let these reporters change your mind about something. Just keep strong and hold your faith in one thing, and it will give you something back in return. Even if you don't expect anything in return, you may get something. Emphasis on may. So, anyways, that's mostly have time for this, and I'll probably see you next time. Okay, bye.